Yo, what up, this is your boy King Series straight from Beauty Home Beat, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to get Omah type of vocal reverb settings here, so that if you really want to get such kind of reverb settings, then you can watch this video to get that. So I'm going to use the same vocals that I showed you earlier on my previous video, how I did mix and process it. So I'm going to show you use these vocals to actually show you how to get this kind of Omah type of reverb settings. So without wasting my time, let's just get into the video. So already you know how I did process the vocals, normally sent to a group. We have a whole lot of ways, but I'm just going to show you one technique, because one technique which I will show you practically, but the other ones I'm just going to talk about it, which you can actually do it on your own. So you can actually just put the reverb on it like this, then set the mix the mix knob here to fit what you really want. If you want to get Omah type, or using your reverb as a reverb send. So these are the ones that I'm actually telling you about, but I'll show you what I want to show you for real. So using your reverb as a reverb send in Cubase here, yes, reverb send, but I think Pro Tools, another one they call it basses, and yes, basses and the rest. I don't actually know much about Pro Tools and that, but for Cubase it's send. So you can create two reverb send using one selecting the mode to be played, then setting your decay time and everything. If you want to calculate it according to your tempo, you go ahead and do that, and you create another reverb send, yes, an FX reverb send, whereby you choose the mode to be a whole or a large whole, or yes, something like that. Then you go ahead and set your decay and everything to according to your tempo and everything. You calculate it, and you cut some of the low ends, and or you can just put EQ there just to yes, and you adjust the amount of reverb that you're supposed to enter here with that. But if you don't want to create two reverbs using two reverbs as a send, as in your plate, and you just want to use one reverb like this, there is a trick that you can actually also use. That's what I'm actually going to show you. So in practical ways, without the reverb, I'm going to solo all these FX and then they just leave the process which has been done on it like this, as in the mixing preset here. Yes, I'm going to leave this one, then we listen to the vocals without a reverb. Then I will just show you how I practically got this kind of Omah thing.
They don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See how they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, don't cry, oh, don't cry, oh.
So you just know the process. I EQ, compress, and all those things. After doing your processing here, the next thing is you create an effect send. Yes, your reverb effect send. So I've created it here. So what I actually put after just setting my everything here, I chose the plate mode and decay of 3. I actually didn't calculate it according to the tempo, yes, because I used my ears to think, set it, and I felt like it's okay for me. That's why I left it around 3, and I caught the low ends of 300. And what I put there was certain distortion from far filter, which you can actually make your reverb sound big without washing away your vocals itself. So you understand? So you just have to adjust the number of input of reverb you are just sending it to the vocal. So let's say I'm sending around -15, and if I play the vocals, let me just take this setting off, and let's see how it sounds with only the reverb. Then I'll just activate this one, then you see how it sounds. Then I'll just show you 1 or 2 settings here and other stuff that you can actually do on it to get a perfect one without making sure that your sound is not being washed away by your reverb. Now listen.
They don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See how they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things I left them hanging like that.
This is just with the reverb without the satin. So let me just put this satin distortion on it and see how it sounds. I've activated it.
But you know, They don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself.
And after putting the satin on, you can actually see just a little bit of changes there, which is, I mean, the reverb is becoming big, a little bit more than we used to. We heard earlier on. So I'm actually going to adjust the dry. This is the only thing that I'm actually going to touch. You can also change this ones over here to suit what you actually want, but this time around I'm just using the warm tape, and I'm actually going to change the percentage of the band drive here, and you see how it sounds. So as it is playing, I'll be doing it and you get to know how it sounds.
Don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, don't cry, oh, don't cry, oh. Cause I will not die, I will not die. The life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, don't cry, oh, don't cry, oh. Cause I will not die, I will not die.
So you can actually see how big your vocals become. The reverb actually take effect over there. Like Omah so again. Yeah, I don't actually know how to sing that song. Yes, so SO something like that. You can actually hear the reverb. Even Safe Heaven too, he did those things inside. These tricks actually work. And if you think you can actually use this one more, you can also go to your reverb there and put a compressor on it like this, just to control the amount of reverb you're actually sending without using yes. So let me see, I put this compressor on it, and let me just take away this guy over here, I mean mute it, the setting here. You can also use the compressor to do that. So listen, I'm going to use the compressor to do some settings, then you can see how big the reverb can come without the vocals being washed away. So far as you've set the amount of reverb here, you can also go ahead and just adjust the volume here, then you try to use the compressor to maintain your the heaviness of the vocals without it being washed away by the reverb. Now listen, as I'm trying to do some settings on the compressor.
They don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you. They don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, they don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud.
You can just go ahead and do some settings. You can see how the vocals is actually being played in front of your face, and the reverb happening around it as I'm trying to do some settings according to, if I'm playing the beat alongside this, and make sure I set it to taste, you get it. So set it to how you really want to feel it. If you want to get this kind of Malay, you can use this compressor with the reverb and do that, or the setting here just to control the amount of to do that. And if I'm supposed to combine these three things here, let's see how things sound now. Then I'll just bring in the setting to see.
The life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, don't cry, oh, don't cry. They don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, they don't know the life I they live on the low. They don't know. See I they trap all day just to keep up with myself. Them things yeah, I left them hanging like that, but you know be like that, yeah. I will come back home and make you proud. Oh, don't cry. they live on the low. They don't know. See how they drop all day just to keep up with myself. Them things I left them hanging like that. But it no be like that. Yeah. I will come back home and make.
Yeah, so it's just the same thing. Just you can just go ahead and just control your settings on it, and actually everything is going to be okay and fine with you. So this is what I actually wanted to show you. So you just have to put in a lot of practice to get what you really wanted to. There's no rules governing mix. What matters is the consumers can actually enjoy your songs and everything. So there's no rules. If people are using two reverbs to get something and you're just using one reverb with a compressor on it or a saxophone on it to get it, you're just good to go. Because whenever the song is out, people listen to it without trying to adjust it. If engineers are actually doing that, not everybody outside there is engineer, and you can tell me the engineers are no more than the consumers who have been listening to your song. So make sure the song sound dope and nice to be listened without trying to poke the ears or hurt the ears. So you can just go ahead and practice more to be perfect with this kind of stuff. So this is your boy KSBEATZ straight from Beautiful Beats. I hope you learn one or two things from it, and thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. Yes, and I'm out.